Hi beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a lovely day, and today we're going to be ranking all of my foundations in my collection. I currently have 13 and I wanted to rank them from my least favorite up to my favorite based on like what I think about the formulation, you know, what I'm getting for the price point, all that stuff. These range from full coverage, medium coverage, tinted moisturizers, light coverage, all things like that. So taking that into account, we're going to rank them today, and I would love to know your favorite foundation of all time. Link down below. That would be really fun. I'm always curious about what people like. There's a couple that I've really wanted to try, but I haven't yet, so those are kind of on my mind. There's also a couple that I know are not cruelty free, but I want. So maybe we can talk about dupes for those down below, because I love a good dupe. So anyways, that's what we're talking about today, and let's go ahead and get started with today's video. Before we get started talking about foundations, I just mentioned I love dupes, and that's where today's sponsor comes into play, and today we're talking about Dossier. I want to thank Dossier so much for working with me again. It's always a pleasure. If you guys have been here for a while, you know I always talk about them because I am not a fan of wasting money on crap that doesn't matter. Now, I like trinkets and all that, but I want to smell nice, but I don't want to pay a department store $100 up to $350. I don't want to go to Sephora and get those high-end fancy bottles just because of the name on it. I'd rather go to Dossier, get these fragrances started at only $29, smell just as beautiful with clean minimalistic packaging, and that's what we're gonna talk about. So I'm gonna share with you two of their scents. I also wanna mention that Dossier is in a lot of Walmart stores. They have an end cap in my Walmart, and I'm like, ooh, hi, I know you very well, and it's really cool. So you can check them out there. I'm gonna share with two of their scents and then show you a candle. So the first one we're going to talk about is Aquatic Coconut, which is a really pretty name. This is a dupe for Maison Margiela's Replica Beach Walk. And this is what the packaging looks like. If you're into the clean minimalism look, this is really going to appeal to you. And then also the money savings. So let's talk about how this smells. So this feels light. It's kind of floral and sweet. For me, this is very much a feminine smell. The top notes are bergamot, pink pepper, lemon, and aquatic accord. And then the other one I want to share with you is also from their Aquatic line. This is Aquatic Lime. The second I saw that name, I was like, yes, absolutely, I need that, because I love the way limes taste and everything, so I thought I might like the smell. I might like the smell. This one is a dupe for Giorgio Armani's Aqua. Aqua? They spell it weird. But let's see how this smells. I'm excited. I've heard good things about the Armani scents, but I don't have that money. Ooh! Ooh, this one definitely could be kind of unisex. They also have a genderless collection too, but this one has a little bit of musk to it, which I like. I really like more of a masculine smell, but it's very bright. So I could definitely see this for either, female, male, anyone in between. This one's my favorite. Out of the two, I love this one, Aquatic Lime. And now let's talk about their candles, because your girl loves candles. So their candles come in these nice boxes, really pretty packaging. It matches their other fragrances. And this is going to be Ambery Vanilla, which is one of their classic scents they've had for a while. It is a dupe for YSL's Black Opium, and I can already smell it. It's very well fragranced. Here is what the candle looks like close up. Very pretty. You're getting a ton of candle too. This is going to take a really long time to burn. It smells fresh and pretty, but it's not in your face punching you with vanilla, which sometimes I think vanilla things are overpowering. This has that ambery smell in it that kind of balances out, so it's still sweet like vanilla, but not punching you in the face. It's very nice. So I want to thank Dossier so much for working with me again. Always a pleasure. Check out Dossier, link to the top of the description box. You can also check them out at Walmart and on their websites. They have candles. I'm always gonna plug a candle, but anyways, let's get started with the foundations now. Okay, so let's get started ranking my foundations. Now I'm gonna start from my least favorite up to my favorite. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just building up to my favorite foundation, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys would probably be able to guess because I always talk about how good it is. But at my least favorite part of my foundations, this is a little mini sample size of their new formulation. This is the Ofra Absolute Cover Foundation. Now, I still have this in my collection because it's not a terrible foundation. However, I feel like the shades are way off on the charts you see online, and when you see it in person. This is in the shade 0.25, and it still is too dark for me. I wish they had an extra light shade, one that wasn't too yellow, one that was a little more pinky or cool. The coverage of this is pretty. I think the finish of it when you first apply it looks really pretty. The longer you wear it, the less I like it, but it's nice. It's okay. But there's so many other better ones. If there's better ones, that's clearly why we're here, right? So anyways, at the number 12 spot, cruising on through now, we have the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Tinted moisturizer, the hyaluronic acid tinted moisturizer. This formulation I think is an okay tinted moisturizer. However, it doesn't correct my redness as much as some other ones. I feel like when I'm reaching for a tinted moisturizer, I want a little bit of coverage. You know, that's why it's a tinted moisturizer. I want a little bit of coverage. And this is one of the tinted moisturizers that doesn't really even out my redness very well. It is pretty, it looks very hydrating on the skin, but it kind of sinks into my lines and it doesn't cover any redness for me really. Like, it is a little bit, but not enough. So this is lower on the list, which I really hate to say because I really love Colourpop stuff, especially for the price. Number 11 now is the KVD Lock It Foundation. I only have a mini, which I'm glad I have a mini. I haven't even used this all up yet. I've used a lot of it, but there's still some in here. So I'm in the shade L42 Neutral. This is a good full coverage foundation. No qualms with that. However, it has like a strong smell to it. Like, it's not supposed to have a scent, but it kind of smells like paint. I feel like the coverage is really good, but it does show a lot of texture. And like, for the price tag, I don't want to be overwhelmed by a paint smell. So this one's lower on the list for that reason. And also, I forgot to mention with the tinted moisturizer what shade I am. I'm in Fair 1 Neutral. Coming in the number 10 spot now, this comes in fragrance free now. And that came out like a week after I ordered the original with fragrance. So it does come in fragrance free now. However, it's expensive and, you know, anything. But in the number 10 spot, we have the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. I am in the shade of Milkshake 100B. I will say there's a decent shade range with this and a bunch of different undertones, which I appreciate. However, for the price tag, I don't want to have to like blend it out forever. Like, it's really full coverage. So you put it on your face and you're blending it out, it gets good coverage. But you gotta like really blend it over any fine lines or sunken in areas of your skin, or else it's just gonna sit there. So for this, I think it takes a little extra effort to blend it out. Usually with a full coverage foundation, they are a little bit more thick. This one's definitely on the thicker side of foundations, which isn't my favorite because you can kind of feel it on your face, but it is full coverage. If you take a little extra time to blend it out, it does blend out nicely. It just takes a little bit of effort and it's a little thick, but other than that, it does come in fragrance free now. At the number 9 spot, this was very difficult for me because I love this foundation and this is not my first one I've been using of this foundation. Okay, I've gone through one of these before. I love it, you know, and you can find it at TJ Maxx, surprisingly. But this is the Beauty Blender Foundation. This was a controversy when it first came out because the shade range sucked. Like, it really did. I'm in the shade 1.20C. It is their Bounce Foundation from Beauty Blender. This has the most beautiful freaking finish. It is beautiful. I love the medium coverage of it. I think the applicator, the packaging of it is unique and different. I like this like glass on the back here. This is different, has a Beauty Blender shape on it. The issue with it, even though it's cool packaging, it's difficult packaging. And also this nozzle gets clogged so much. Like, the foundation itself, gorgeous. I wish it was in a standard bottle. It's just not, and this gets clogged all the time, and then when you like squirt the foundation out, it gets in here and you dip your Beauty Blender in and it leaves a mess. You can even like squirt it like this to get it directly onto your sponge or brush, but it's just kind of a messy applicator, and that's not my favorite in the world, and it gets clogged a lot. So, and then it's also, you can't like open it up like a regular tube, or, you know, like I could take the cap off this and get extra product out. You can't do this with this. So the second it stops pumping, you are gonna waste whatever product's in there, which is typically a lot. At the number 8 spot, I just found out this foundation is being discontinued, which makes me sad because I feel like a lot of people love it. Okay, I've heard really good things from other people who enjoy this foundation. I haven't used it as much as I thought I would. That's mostly because I think I bought a shade too, like, slightly off for me. So this is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydro Maniac Tinted Moisturizer. It is a tinted glow hydrator, medium coverage, up to 24 hours wear. So I guess it's not a tinted moisturizer. It's a tinted glow hydrator. It's a medium coverage glowy foundation. Just, you know, it doesn't matter. This is really nice. I'm sad it's being discontinued. I do enjoy the formula. However, again, I just feel like there's a smell to it. It has a little bit of a smell. I really like it. I think it's really pretty. However, it says medium coverage. I think it needs like a little bit of building. You need like a pump and a half, not just like one pump, for this to be medium coverage, but it's pretty. And, you know, it's not the most long lasting in the world. That's why it's lower on the list, but it looks nice. At the number 7 spot, this actually is a tinted moisturizer. This is the CC Nude Glow, CC Plus Nude Glow from It Cosmetics, and I am in the shade Fair. just regular fair. They have a couple other like fair neutrals and stuff too. But this is the SPF 40 Color Corrected Medium Coverage Skin Tint and Glow Serum. Serum, yes. Medium coverage skin tint, no, it's a light coverage. It's a light, it's like a little bit of a, it's a good light coverage. No, it's not like invisible. It's a good light coverage. I love this formula, especially for days where I'm not doing too much makeup. I just want my base face done. This is perfect. Like, I wear this all the time on the weekends. I really enjoy it. However, for every day when I'm like going out to do stuff in the Florida heat, this will melt off your face. And also when you're wearing this and you put sunglasses on, this will show those sunglass lines like no other. I don't care if you put powder over it. If you're wearing this, even with powder, you put sunglasses on, this is the first thing to like smear away from that spot. So that's why it's lower on the list, even though I love it. Number 6, I recently did a review of this. This is the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Foundation. This has been floating around the internet since it came out. I feel like people have mixed feelings on it. Some people say there's mica in here to make it like a glittery, glowy foundation. I don't typically notice that. I just think it's kind of a glowy foundation. I don't notice glitter or anything. I'm in the shade 1C. It is a little light for me, but I think it works out. I enjoy this foundation. I do think it sinks into your lines the longer that you're wearing it. But it looks nice. Like, it's not the most coverage in the world, but I don't really need like a full coverage moment most days. It works out. It's very pretty. However, it's expensive. Like, yes, it's very pretty, especially when you first put it on. Like, I love my makeup when I first put it on. That's why it's so high on the list, because when I first put makeup on, I'm like, yes, my skin looks amazing. But it's expensive. It's expensive. At the number 5 spot, this is not my first rodeo with this one either. This is probably my third one of these, I think. And this is the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. This is a beautiful full coverage foundation. It is more of a matte foundation. And if I need my makeup to last through the day, this is the one I'm going to reach for. I know I have these other two that are full coverage. But if I need something to not sweat off my face, like I wore this on our little wedding day because it is the tried and true perfect thing. Yeah, mine is up to here right now. I'm probably going to need another one of these. I love this foundation. Again, not for everyday wear. I don't need full coverage every day. But if I need it to stay on there, I know it's going to do it. If we're like going out to do something outside, like go kayaking or something, I shall be wearing this. If we are going out drinking or something, which again, none of these things are like all the time, but if I ever do, you know, if we're going to the bar or something, I'm gonna wear this because you know what? I don't have to worry about what I'm doing. It's got me covered. I know that seems like a very situational thing, you know, like when you're doing this, I need this, but it's what I use it for. So at the number 4 spot, this has been taken out of Ulta stores. I got it on clearance on like an Ulta little end cap thing they have with all their clearance stuff, just on a whim. And I love it. And I know it's not available on Ulta anymore, but they still have it on their website. It's not discontinued. They just took it out of Ulta. This is phenomenal. So good that when I bought this on clearance at Ulta, I went back to the store and bought a couple other shades to gift to people because like other people need to experience this. And I love this foundation. This is the Smith & Colt Veiled Threat Weightless Micro Blurring Foundation. Why is the internet not talking about this? Everybody will go crazy over that KVD Good Apple balm, right? Then they don't talk about this. This is beautiful. For being a foundation, like if you like the idea of the Makeup by Mario one without the glitter, this. I mean, honestly, it is a beautiful light to medium coverage foundation. It looks so natural on the skin. Even if you use powder, use a setting spray afterwards, it looks so natural on the skin. It kind of like fits my skin tone, even though I feel like the bottle is off. It just fits my skin really well because it's a lighter coverage. It just works. It is so good without being like, oh, you're wearing a ton of makeup. You know, like it just makes me feel better about how my skin looks that day. It's not like, oh, my foundation looks so good. It's like my skin looks so good with this makeup on. She's that girl and no one talks about it and I don't know why. At the number 3 spot, I also have a recent review of this foundation. It is the new KVD Good Apple Serum Foundation. I was just talking crap about that balm, the Good Apple Balm. I don't like it. But this Good Apple Serum, I do like. Now this is supposed to be for more normal to oily skin. I have more dry skin, but it still works so well for me. This I really love because when I first put it in, first put it on, it looks beautiful. It looks amazing, and I love how it looks. It does sink into my lines the longer I wear it. I do notice my skin texture the longer I wear it. But when I'm wearing this, like, it's so light on my skin. Like, sometimes with dewier ones, I just feel it on my face. This, I would say I really don't feel it. It's very, very lightweight. Maybe it's the serum part of the foundation itself. But this is, like, I wear this a lot because it just feels so light on my skin. At the number 2 spot, I am almost out of this foundation, and I probably will be repurchasing it because at the number 2 spot, clearly I love it. And this, again, doesn't get enough love as I think it deserves. So this is the Uoma Beauty Say What foundation. I almost forgot the name of it for a second. I'm in the shade White Pearl T1N. When they first came out with this foundation, I will say a lot of the colors and everything sucked. I reviewed the concealer because I loved this so much. I reviewed the concealer. They had like no fair shades. They have expanded since then. But when I first saw this in Ulta stores, and I was working at Ulta at the time when I first saw it, and like nobody was buying it. They were only buying like the Uoma palettes and stuff. Nobody was buying this. And it shocked me because it's beautiful. It's a medium coverage foundation. It's pretty lightweight on the skin. You do feel it more than like the serum one I just mentioned, but it is so pretty. It makes my skin look beautiful. I will use it a lot to like go over my eyelids if I'm not wearing eyeshadow, just to make it like get rid of any redness. It does a great job. I will say it has a really pretty finish, and that's my favorite thing about it. The finish is beautiful without being like overly dewy or overly matte. It's somewhere in the middle, kind of like a satin finish, and I'm all about that. At the number 1 spot now, this should be no surprise. Do I need to do a little drum roll? Probably not, because this is, I'm on my 3rd bottle, I think, because I love this so much, and I already have a backup of it. Like, I have a backup of this foundation because I don't want to be without it. It's the foundation that I'm wearing today. My under eye concealer doesn't look great today, but my foundation itself looks pretty good, and for the price tag, you're not beating this foundation, okay? This is the Pretty Fresh from Colourpop. It's $12. It is absolutely beautiful. It is a beautiful medium coverage foundation with hyaluronic acid in it. I wouldn't say it's glowy, but it's definitely not matte either. It's somewhere in the middle, again, like a satin. Maybe that's why I like it. I love satin finishes. It's beautiful. The coverage is nice. It's medium coverage, so it will cover any redness, discoloration. It'll cover blemishes okay because it's, you know, it's not full coverage, but it covers blemishes pretty well. The finish of it, stunning. It doesn't matter what your skin type is. If you have more dry, oily, anywhere between, this will look beautiful on you because it's perfect, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's so pretty. I've done people's makeup with this on like other people, and it looks great on them too, even though we have different skin types. Like, I could not recommend a foundation more and be more confident about a foundation recommendation than this. A lot of people have said they like the Photo Finish Wet n Wild one, and they think it's similar to this. And I will say, the Photo Finish one smells like paint, and I find it a lot more difficult to blend. So I would just recommend getting the Colourpop when they have it on Colourpop's website or at the Ulta stores and everything. Try it. And also, if you buy it through Ulta and you dislike it for any reason, you could return it. But I doubt you would because it's so good and it's cheap, you guys. Like, for most days, we don't need anything fancy, right? Why wouldn't this suffice? Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for listening to my rant about foundation. I don't know why I'm so passionate about the Pretty Fresh one, but I am. Like, I clearly didn't love the tinted moisturizer version as much, but like, for the price, like, that is the best foundation like on the market. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see other ranking videos, let me know. And again, be sure to leave me a comment and tell me your favorite foundation of all time, because I'm curious and I'm nosy and I want to know. Okay, thank you guys so much, and check out Dossier at the top of the description box. Have a lovely and safe day out there wherever you are. Okay, bye.